Hey you guys, this is attorney Shakeena Melbourne from Upton Law, another day in the life of a Detroit attorney. Well, I'm about halfway through the day and life is lifing. I've been up since about 4:30 because I had 4 different court hearings today. And because of that, I needed to draft up some paperwork before court, prep for some of my court hearings, and go to court. So, started the day in Detroit, no courthouse. I think it was Detroit, yeah. And I did a landlord-tenant case. After that, I was on Zoom in circuit court for a case, and it was a quiet title action. And quiet title means you are trying to fix the title on the real estate, whether that's commercial or whether that's residential. In our case, it was a commercial case, a commercial property purchased on land contract. Come back to the office and I did some consultations because hey, you gotta make the cash flow happen, you know what I mean? So I did some consultations and now I actually have a new client that's actually gonna come tomorrow based on the consultation. After that, I had another Zoom court hearing, another landlord-tenant case in Highland Park. The cool part was it was on Zoom. So at least while I'm waiting on the judge to appear, I am on Zoom on my computer waiting for the judge while I'm on the phone working through this potential client case and seeing if I can actually help. Whew, now we're about to go to bankruptcy court. This all in one day. You hear me? I am pooped. And in the bankruptcy court, it's going to be a Chapter 13. So in a bankruptcy, there's 2 types of bankruptcies that a consumer can file. It's a Chapter 7 and a Chapter 13. Most people ask, well, what's really the difference? One, a Chapter 7 will allow you to waive debts that you owe. So, hey, bye-bye, good luck, debt collector is over, right? And then a Chapter 13 is where you're making payments towards your debts. So in the case for today, it's a Chapter 13, and we're doing something where the judge allowed us to file a motion to impose the automatic stay. That means the debtor, or the individual who filed, needs to get an automatic stay and possibly did not receive one automatically, as should be, because he had filed before. The judge required that we file all these papers, like 17 of them, before this court date. And as long as they were filed, fingers crossed, he will get his automatic stay. And what that means is he will be able to get the benefit of the bankruptcy court and allow him to make payments on the debts that he has that may include a mortgage, car note, old taxes, like IRS state taxes, and be able to get the relief from the bankruptcy court, set up that payment plan, and live happily ever after. That's the goal. Well, that is, at least for today. I don't know. I'll let you know the next time how this is rolling, how things is going. See you soon. Hey y'all, this is attorney Shakeena Melbourne of Upton Law, PLLC. As you can see, I'm here eating my breakfast, waiting on Zoom court. You know, another day as a Detroit lawyer. And so for today, the goal is we are going through a quiet title action. Quiet title means we're working to clear the title on the property. But in this particular case, the deed already has both the plaintiff and the defendant on the title. So what we're really trying to do is figure out, can we sell this property and partition it, meaning separate it. Of course, a house can't be separated literally, right, in half. So what we're trying to do is see if we can get the property sold and the funds is split half and half between the plaintiff and the defendant, or one can buy out the other. And that's what we're going to case evaluation for. Case evaluation is a form of alternative dispute resolution, or in other words, a way not to go to trial. So the case eval is usually 3 attorneys in a civil lawsuit, and the job of the 3 attorneys is to review the facts of the case, review anything that took place in the case, and see if they can help us solve this case without going to trial. So I'll keep you posted throughout what happens with this case. But for now, I don't know. We're going to see. But I'm going to eat my breakfast before they actually jump on Zoom. So, just got out of the case eval. It went weird, but whatever. So, the goal is when we're looking at the equitable remedy. An equitable remedy means something that doesn't have a number attached to it. And in this case, because it's a quiet title and we're working through the title of the property as well as how we can divide this property, technically case evaluation couldn't produce a number. So nothing really happened. Basically what we'll have to do after this is likely go to mediation or some other alternative dispute resolution to try to solve the case. So now that that's over, my next step for today is to go to the courthouse and file like 6 landlord-tenant cases. The goal is if I file all of them on the same day, then I'll have court on the same day, and it will help get better answers and quicker responses to my clients. I don't know, it's the first time doing it. We'll see how it works. Hey everyone, as you can see, today is that midweek Wednesday. The whole body shutting down, working a little too hard. I decided I was going to restrain from drinking coffee. Probably not a good idea in the middle of the week. So I have a small cup, but I'm an espresso drinker, so it's not really working. And I decided that I'm dropping a couple of pounds, so I eat this oatmeal and it's stressing me out. So bear with me today, okay? So for today, it's one of the first days in a long time that I actually haven't had court. And so what the goal is to review documents, reply to as many of these hundreds of emails that I have. But the other cool thing about what I'm doing is I take pride in learning more about being in business. So even as a business attorney, it can be helpful to know about business while talking to business clients about their business legal needs. However, it's also important to me to learn about how to be in business and the practice of business. So I'm currently taking a class through the SBA called SBA Thrive. The class is 6 months long, and we have class in person at least once a month. So today is our once a month class. We definitely learn a lot. It's about 22 of us in the class, and we're all from different industries, different financial backgrounds in our businesses. And so the goal is to mesh our worlds together, talking about different topics from marketing, advertising, logistics, operations, hiring, staff. What does it look like to actually be in business, and strategizing on how to maintain your business and how to grow your business in the next 3 years. So class is 4 hours long, and I still have to work on my homework while still replying to these emails. So today's going to be a lot of multitasking, but it's going to get done. about to work on a stipulation to adjourn a court hearing that's scheduled for tomorrow in bankruptcy court to see if we can. We're all open to negotiating, but because the court hearing is tomorrow, we're trying to move the date into August to continue our negotiations to solve the issue in the case. Stip is a stipulation where all parties can agree to a new court date. As long as we all sign off and agree, the judge will agree. Next stop. I know, my day be looking so crazy. I feel crazy, but it's fine. So, outside of practicing law, one of the things I do is I am a trainer for an organization, it's a nonprofit called Prosper Us. Prosper Us has a small business program. So what they do is help small business owners, whether they are current owners, about to be owners of businesses, startups, how to better service their community using the skills and tools of owning a business, right? So because I am an attorney that practices business law, outside of all the other 500 things I do, I am a trainer for the program. So classes are usually 12 weeks long, and there's 2 cohorts per year, spring and then the fall. So this afternoon we have training. Can you imagine it's 3 hours? We ain't even gonna talk about that. But we have training to make sure we are not only training the curriculum correctly, we are adhering to the students' needs, to the participants, and learning skill sets that can help business owners even better in the Detroit community, because demographics is so important. We have to make sure that the curriculum matches the demographics, because Prosper Us is considered a community development financial institute where businesses are contributing to the community. And so our job is to make sure they're able to do that and be able to offer the necessary funding, whether that's grants, loans, technical assistance, that will be able to help them. Welcome to my world. Hey guys, so as part of my day today, which has been a up and down as a Detroit attorney, because you still got to be a business person too. Well, the team needed some lunch, and so while I was out for court, I decided to stop at Como's, which is in Ferndale, and grab them some pizza. Yeah. So I'm here on my lunch break because no one thinks that you're supposed to take a break as an attorney. They think that you work 24/7. But actually, I find time to eat, according to Brittany. And I'm watching this new show because I find it so fascinating. 90 Day Fiancé the other way. It's quite great. So when in doubt, I'm sitting here eating pizza, watching this show. And then I start saving lives again. Attorney Shakeena Melbourne, and I am the principal attorney of Upton Law, PLLC. So I have been an attorney, this year would be 11 years, but the law firm has been open for 6 years, since 2018.
How did you first hear about becoming a service provider with Detroit Means Business?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know why.
Okay.
And this is a part of, I don't want to say it's a lie. It's a part of the myth that goes into bankruptcy. And people don't understand the truth, because the reality is most of the people that's online that talks about bankruptcy aren't bankruptcy attorneys.
Yeah, right.
So no one really hears from bankruptcy attorneys about the benefits of bankruptcy. They only hear from financial advisors or people that filed on their
Ruin
own,
you.
or
Yeah.
someone telling a story about someone else's life story, so they're farther removed. Oh, I've heard, but you don't actually know. So what happens is the fear scares us off from even finding out the truth. Do you actually know, or is it what someone said?
Right.
Yeah.
And because we're already nervous, we don't actually run down the rabbit hole to find out the truth. Because the fear sets in more than the truth. That's why I started the books.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
But
There's
survive,
no
truly and honestly.
rule on how old you need to be to file bankruptcy. See, all of this is a facade. So I filed bankruptcy of people that are 18, and I filed bankruptcy of people that was 83. Wait, what?
My parents just did like a debt management thing where like they weren't making payments and they're getting bombarded with phone calls. I'm like, wouldn't bankruptcy have been easier at this point?
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
But you
house
hear
in my
about
car, I'm
Collections
good.
ruin your credit. It runs in the background, and in the
Yeah.
state of Michigan, they have 10 years to actually try to garnish you off of that judgment or anything with the collect. You see,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
running in the background for 10 years. So tell me the difference between bankruptcy running on your credit and a charge off and a collections and a repo. Those are all sitting there too.
Right.
So
So it's like that's true.
love this.
Right.
Like
You're
bankruptcy,
passionate about.
I wasn't even taught it in law school.
Really?
No.
So what motivated you to sort of really make it the focus of?
I didn't liked it. I was working at a law firm, and I was supposed to be in the real estate department, i.e., real estate law. And there was a shortage in the bankruptcy department. It was the first day of the job. What do you do? Do you want to do bankruptcy? Sure.
Why
'Cause why
not?
not?
Yeah.
It's the first day, right? And so it was primarily helping finance companies, though. So I was on the side of the creditor, working with car finance companies, the property taxing authority, the water authority. And then I started realizing I get being on this side of the fence.
Yeah. It's like I feel like I'm the wrong side of the fence here.
But
I think I could take this knowledge and use it
And
on
flip
the
the
other
script,
side.
for my people and for the community.
That's
Like,
Yeah.
so I was like, we should maybe think about sticking up to the man. So let me bring up.
But yeah,
it
it worked.
Like,
No, that's amazing.
It's a good. Hey y'all, just another day in the life of a Detroit attorney. So yesterday I had the coolest thing ever, which was doing an interview for a company or a nonprofit that's here in Detroit that I personally benefited from, but also was able to help others. And so that company is called Detroit Means Business. At the top of the year, Detroit Means Business did a program to help small businesses in Detroit. It did two things. So one, it allowed small business owners to get professional service providers to help them, such as accounting services, legal services, digital marketing and branding services. But what it also did was allow business owners in Detroit that offer professional services to be able to get new clients. And so for us at Upton Law, it worked out great because we got to do both sides of the coin. So as a business, we were able to receive services from a company called Anchor Light Creative. And they helped with new logos, a new website, blog posts, all this jazz. But at the same time, we were also able to offer legal services to about 6 businesses in Detroit. So yesterday was really great because their media team actually came to the office and did an interview about everything I just said right now. And it actually turned out really great. We did photos in the office, my interview, but the coolest part, because I'm a junkie for bankruptcy law, is we got to sit and talk about bankruptcy law for like 15 minutes straight. And they were just like, this can't be real. And I'm like, yes, it is. And so it was really great. But it also allowed me to think about what are some things that we can use digital media to help tell the story about bankruptcy, but more so the benefits, because there's a lot of stories online I've discovered that tell you more that there's burdens to bankruptcy, but it's a lie. No. And so the goal is to tell you more about it throughout this series that we're creating. Okay, I'm heading to my base lesson. See you guys later.
Just a Sunday afternoon. Painting some pottery. Preparation to do some future landscaping work at the house in the backyard. The color is blue juniper. And I'm going from a dark brown to blue juniper. I'm going to be able to plant some beautiful flowers in my really cool pot. I'm excited about it. Don't judge my little paint technique. I'm just doing it for fun. Oh, look, there's a butterfly. Gotta get the ring. So I completed my second coat of my planter vase here. And so I'm working on, because it's 2 of them in total. And so I'm working on the second one now. One of the things I find cool about painting is I think it's actually quite relaxing. So it allows me to sit here and be in my thoughts, but at the same time, work through the different textures, and it gives me the ability to calm my mind. As an attorney working all day, trying to solve problems, working through problems, trying to make stuff happen, Captain, you know what I'm saying? I like that this gives me the opportunity to just sit back and get to see how something unfolds from start to finish by seeing the start product and the end product without necessarily having to solve a horrible problem or a life problem, but more like the problem in the backyard. Don't judge me. I'm painting some of the grass too, but that's okay. Because when I'm done and when the grass grows up, the landscaper's gonna come cut the grass, and none of this is gonna be there no more. But I might get the hose out and just water it down a little bit to help so it don't bake into the grass. But yeah, this is one of my Sundays. After this, I'm gonna make Sunday dinner, which is going to be pepper steak, scallop, rice, and cabbage. And this morning, I actually found this really interesting peanut butter cookie recipe. It's a 3-ingredient cookie, peanut butter cookie ingredient. And it's just peanut butter, 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 cup of sugar, and 1 egg. So that will go with our dessert for Sunday dinner. And of course the Olympics, because it's very important. So people ask all the time, so Shakeena, what do you do for fun? You know, this to me is pretty fun. This to me is pretty fun, I think. But it's a work in progress, right? In the meantime, fun can be cooking, like on a traditional Sunday. I might be definitely cooking. That's one of the things I do on Sundays. But I don't really do meal prep because I'm not really a fan of meal prep. I'm more of a fan of making food that will last for a good 2 days and then making something else, because I don't like eating the same thing too many days in a row. It just doesn't really work for my appetite. So I try to schedule on Sunday the idea of the different dishes I'm going to make for the week. I might cook twice for the week. 3 times is like a great week. And so I tend to cook stuff that either I find on Pinterest to try, or I like watching Food Network competitions. So I try to find ingredients in the house and say, all right, let's see, can I make a dish out of this? And if I can, what would it look like? So this is where the concept of today's dinner came from with the pepper steak, because there was some beef in the refrigerator. Didn't feel like going to the supermarket today because I'm working on my paint project. And I took out the meat and said, well, what can I do with these thin cut steak pieces? Perhaps I can try making pepper steak. But outside of that, I was like, well, I can make some scallops, because if you know me, you know that I don't eat meat. So since I have meat in the freezer, I'm gonna invite some friends over, including my friend